Just come in on the train to a place called Ishinomaki, where, as you can see from my attire, it's a little cooler. Look at these peculiar fellows. I have absolutely no idea who these folks are, but I'm sure fans of anime and the like are possibly wetting themselves. Look at those. Look. Oh, hey. Oh. Obviously I'm in a very exciting place. Oh, missed one out. An innocent post box? Oh yes, but look, who's that on here? Who's that? Well, these nice men have just helped me. Turns out I'm staying at the Grand. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Turns out I'm staying here. I don't know what happened. I found a number on the website and I just assumed it was for the one, but apparently I'm staying here. Which is, well, you know, a bit more my style really, isn't it? Jeezy Weezy. I don't get this. I've booked the wrong place, haven't I? Oh, 410, that's where I am. Well, here's my little room. Look, a bathroom fit for a very small person. Shower and all that business. Oh, look. Actually, it's alright, isn't it? Hello, it's me. Hello, me. 50 quid. 50 quid. Well, just under that, actually. About 43. Right, I think I've worked it out. With my big brain. These people who own the Grand also own the Sun Plaza. And what's happened is I've managed to get on one website but phone the phone number for the other one. So, yeah, Grand's quite posh really. Well, it's grand, isn't it? Yes. There's the Sun Plaza. That's where I thought I was going to be. No, that's a shop. That up there. But I'm actually here. I've discovered what it is with all these figures. It turns out there's a great big manga museum here. The bloke who invented manga comes from here or something, and so it's manga-tastic. I've plodded up this hill in Ishinomaki. It's the highest point of the city, and it's a place that saved a lot of lives because a few years back, this city, this town, was one of the, well, possibly the worst hit by the Japanese tsunami. Thousands of people died, and people who made it up the hill escaped. The big spaceshipy looking thing, that is the manga museum. As I said earlier, I was talking about manga. I'm not really a fan of it, but a lot of people are. But anyway, that's the museum that's been rebuilt and opened, and the city has been rejuvenated somewhat. There are various projects going on to get it all going again, but this is where it happened. I was in New Zealand recently and I went to Christchurch, and I said to my friend who lived there, I said, gosh, you've got a lot of car parks here, and he said, they're not car parks, those are places where there used to be buildings, but for one reason or another they haven't been rebuilt. So if you go to a city and it's got a lot of car parks, chances are that's because there's been a tsunami or an earthquake, not because of planning. I'm sitting in a place where they have very good album covers. Look, and I've ordered something that's eggy. A man came and helped me. I pointed at things. I've got an eggy thing coming, and I've bought a Sapporo beer. Yeah, it's interesting. This thing, it's reminded me of Christchurch because I guess I haven't been to many earthquake places. But I suppose the main difference when you put it on paper is that Christchurch there were a couple of hundred deaths. And here there were something like 3,100 and some odd deaths, and quite a few people that are never recovered. But the feel of the city, certain things, like all the
the spaces, the car parks, and these rejuvenated areas. These people in New Zealand, they were working out of metal containers that had been adapted, turned into shops, and here we've got a similar idea with various containers and a caravan and things that have been built so businesses can carry on. And it's funny because in a way it feels very funky and very, you go to a town, you get to slightly hippie alternative area. It's got that feel to it. So on my little maps thing, maps.me, there's a restaurant called Popeye and Olive, and I thought, well, I've got no idea what it's like. Tried to find it on the internet, couldn't. Thought I'd come down here and have a look. And my little device has tracked me, and I just checked with a couple of local girls who very kindly checked on their phones too. This is where it was. This was a restaurant. It's slightly macabre, that's weird. I go out to find this place and then it's wrong somehow. As you can see, I've come somewhere posh. Thought I'd have something a bit posh tonight. I'm going to have eel. Yaha Taya, which I think is where I am. They've specialised in eel cuisine for 100 years, it says here. And it says the flesh is flavourable, soft and fluffy. They're going to grill it, they're going to steam it, it's going to be dipped in a tasty, sweet, savoury sauce, then it's going to be barbecued to crispy perfection. Jolly good. Look, the lady bought me pictures as well. Yeah, one please. Thank you. So it's the eel with all those various treatments, then it's some egg, green soba noodles, had soba, haven't we? And then rolled in, guess what, our old friend nori seaweed. I thought this looked quite interesting and I thought I'd open it and see what was in it. And actually it's just a buzzer. I expect you push there, look, and underneath it's just a buzzer. But you, and then it goes, nee, and she comes out and goes, what? What do you want? Like that. Hot sake. Look at the presentation of this. Isn't that marvellous? Look. So my eel's been made into a form of sushi. There's my soy sauce, my sticks. Sake. What did I think of that one? I've had eel before, so wasn't surprised by the taste, but it's very nicely done. Just been brought a little complimentary pudding, which is this. So I'm going to have a go at that, and looks quite a nice colour, pink. This is a rest for the spoon. Can you believe it? I didn't even know they made such things. It's a rest for the spoon. You've had a hard day and you're going to be in my mouth with stuff on you in a minute, so you take it easy. Pudding report. It was basically gelatin with possibly a syrup, a light syrup, or possibly rose water. I had rose water, I remember years ago. I bought a house from an Indian fellow up in Derby. And even though the solicitors and everybody had signed all the deals and we'd done all I had to go around his house and drink rose water with him, and we grinned at each other a lot. I seem to remember that. But it does remind me of that. So it might be that, or it might just be a light syrup. However, perfectly acceptable. And that's about it on meal front. Yeah. And it seems that this fellow's having a really good time strangling an eel. Okay, well that meal and the sake and the little pudding had cost 1,800 yen, which is about, don't know, £12. It's not expensive here, is it? Look, and I got a present as well. It's a samma for putting on your fridge. It's magnetic. I'm a magnetic fish. So what we've got to do now is find a fridge. Or maybe I'll put it on Japanese eBay. Let's see if everybody waves and grins at me. They might do, you don't know. Oh, he's running away. The staff have all run away. Look, he's running away from me. It's his customers. Oh. They've all gone home. Oh well.